I swear, man, there's nothing worse than bitch-made behavior. That's the worst thing a male can do is exhibit what I consider bitch-made behavior, aka being a beta male. Look at him. The other day, Katt Williams did an interview the other day, right? He was stating his facts or what have you on his comedy tours and what he's done so far in his career, stated his opinion on Tiffany Haddish, stated the fact on how other black comedians, they need their shine. Or women comedians, black women comedians who are out there, who are talented, who are just as funny, if not funnier, that need to get some shine too. You know, he opened his mouth, spoke his truth, right? Then he got into it with the radio host on the show, Wanda Smith. They started roasting each other, you know, jonesing each other, going back and forth, having a little rank session or whatever, you know, playing the dozens or what have you in a way. And, you know, they going on and on and on, and everybody in that room is just having a good time, laughing their ass off. Hell, when I saw the interview, I couldn't stop laughing, you know. But then, afterwards, came the backlash. From what I understand, I read an article later on that night at the comedy venue that they were at where Red Grant was performing, and the Wanda Smith, she was performing. From what I understand, backstage, Katt Williams and Wanda Smith, they got into another altercation, and then they turned into a shouting match, and then it escalated to the point where Wanda's husband goes to get a gun from what's reported and pretty much chases around Katt Williams with a firearm. I understand you want to defend your wife, my brother, but to pull a gun on somebody, you know, to pull a gun on somebody, that's kind of a bitch move, fam. I mean, Katt Williams ain't but 5 foot whatever. I mean, I ain't saying that, you know, just because he's little. That don't mean little guy can't knock a big dude out, you know. But to pull your gun out, I mean, it had to have been something crazy Katt said or whatever the case may be. But to sit up there and you can't be playing with guns like that. What if that gun went off and hit an innocent bystander? See what I'm saying? You got to think before you do, you know? And professionally, to be honest with you, they should have just left it alone at the station. Like, whatever it is they had going on, they should have just left it alone at the station, kept it professional. If Wanda didn't want to deal with Katt, she could have just, boom, left him, not really speak to him, let things simmer down, maybe apologize later on in the future, you know? And Katt, you know, if Katt was the one that was receiving the vitriol or whatever from Wanda, Katt probably could have walked away and be like, you know what? That was in the studio. I said what I said. You said what you said. We got the best of one another. Let's just leave it at that. Be professional. Keep it pushing. You know, straight up and down. And then later on, after things simmered down, he apologized to her. They buried the hatchet and then moved forward. Because her husband, he pulls the gun. What if the gun went off, shoots Cap? He dies. Then what? Ain't no forgiveness in the future with that. Ain't no burying the hatchet and forgive and forget later on. Nah, that's it. Once you're gone, you're gone. Period. You can sit up there and say, oh, energy transfers and you go to the spirit realm, this, that, and the third, but be real. Come on, man. Be real. We're in the physical plane. Once that dude's gone, we don't know what's on the other side. And you can't ask for forgiveness right now. Period. So yeah, that was a beta male move that her husband pulled, man. That was off pure emotion. You gotta be a bigger man than that. They're in comedy. Their job is to talk shit about everything. Talk shit, make observations about everything. You're supposed to have thicker skin than that, you know? I'm pretty sure that's all they do is jones one another behind the scenes. And you got to take it because hell, that's just part of the game. You know, one night you jonesing on somebody, it could be your night. You roasting the hell out of somebody, or you roasting the hell out of a group of people. But then the next night, you know, you're a little off. They might be feeling it. They roasting the hell out of you and other people. You see? So it be like that. So yeah, just have thick skin. All right, you won the day. You won that day. All right, cool. It's just part of the game. Gotta have thicker skin than that, baby. So yeah, that was a beta male move on her husband, man. That was straight up and down. And another beta male move that got made was the whole donkey of the day. Look, I get the feeling Charlemagne, this dude, he's just, I'm not too sure if the powers that be are pulling his strings to be like, hey, these are our clients. You have to do something to protect our assets. Let's try to badmouth Katt Williams. Let's try to debunk his facts, his truths that he was saying by bringing up, oh, this person that did this very well with their comedy special on HBO. George Carlin had 14 specials. That's not this, that, and the show, the numbers, All right, with the HBO specials, the amount of specials and all that, all right, you know, that's one thing. But the thing that I'm thinking, right, the main thing that really caught my attention with the whole Charlemagne calling Katt Williams donkey of the day, right? I was listening to the ticket sales, and I did a little research on that because, you know, Katt Williams said he did a certain amount of ticket sales, this, that, and the third, and he was like, oh, that means you did more than Beyonce and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So I'm looking at the numbers. The On the Run tour, that's what they're doing, her and Jay-Z. In total, it's only 48 shows, right? 48 shows in total, okay? They do arenas. The average size of arena is like, in terms of seating, it's like maybe 40,000. So it's 40, 50, 60,000 people on up over 48 shows, right? Katt Williams, his shows, they sell out, but they're not in no big old stadiums and none of that. He does them in ballrooms, you know? Ballrooms, they hold a few thousand people. Now, with that being said, Katt Williams, he said his tour is 115 shows, 115 cities, and I'm pretty sure damn near every last one of those shows are going to be sold out. And then, you know, that's more tours, even though it's a smaller venue, still more tours. You see what I'm saying? So those numbers add up. Then the second thing I looked at were the ticket prices. With the On the Run tour, right? I'm only using this as the main outlier right now because, you know, this is beyond saying them. You know, everybody and their mama trying to go to the gosh darn On the Run tour, you know? Cheapest seats there is the nosebleed section. Those are around $90-something. $90 to, like, let's say $150. Now, if you go further down, though, those numbers go up, like $400, $800, $1,000 for like the best seat. If you want backstage passes and all that, VIP and all that, you got to kick out at least $2,000, baby, just to see Beyonce up close, you know. With Katt Williams, the most expensive, the front rows and backstage and all that, it's only around $400 to $500 at the most. At the cheapest, it's like a little over $200, you know, $250, something like that at the cheapest. But bottom line, you know, it's in between $200 to $500 for Katt Williams tickets. Jay-Z and them, you know, they charging in between 90 something for the nosebleeds, and that's if you buy those things early, to a little over $1,000, close to $1,500, maybe $2,000, depending upon if you want to get like backstage and all that. You know what I mean? But yeah, it costs a bit more to go to the On the Run tour as opposed to Katt Williams in concert, right? So those numbers are skewed. Because I'm like, yeah. It's possible for him to sell 2 million tickets. He's doing more touring. Though the venue isn't as large, it's still in the thousands. It's still, some of them still are in the tens of thousands. Shoot, if you go to a theater room that could fit, let's say, 3,000 people, right? 3,000 people times 115, right? Let's do the numbers. I'm whipping out a calculator right now, right? Whipping out a little calculator right now. Say 115 times, let's say, 3,000 seater. 3,000. Okay, that's 345,000. Right? That's 345,000 tickets sold. And that's if the arena only holds 3,000 people. I'm pretty sure there's some arenas that hold 5,000 people, 20,000 people at the most. You know what I'm saying? Because these are not arenas, excuse me, like theater halls and stuff like that. You know? Oh, shoot, I could probably do the math right now on that. Hold on, give me a second. All right. Right now I'm getting my Google on as I'm talking. Getting my Google on as I talk, right? I'm just going to put average. All right, average theater capacity. Theater seating capacity. Now, I'm only doing the average right now. Okay, the average says 200 to 300 people. All right, hold up. That's probably movie theater. Let me do something else. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's say that let me put 5,000 seat theater. 5,000 seat theater. Okay. If that's even possible. Right? Yeah, there's a few theaters that hold 5,000 seats. MGM Resorts is a 5,000 seat theater, and Monte Carlo. Okay, so yeah, you do have theaters that hold more than just a few hundred people. You see? So yeah, I just did my little Googles, to make sure I can verify a few things. But yeah, there are theater rooms that hold thousands of people. So it is possible for Katt Williams to do 115 cities or whatever over a certain amount of time, and over a certain amount of time gross to have 2 million tickets sold. So yeah, he around here, Charlemagne, trying to debunk that information. Y'all, you don't know that man. You don't know that man's accounting. What's on his books? Do you know his accountant? Do you know his bookkeeper? Nah, man. Sitting there trying to discredit what this man said. All because you trying to protect friends, I guess. Or your bosses told you to protect your friends. So yeah, you either on some coon shit or some beta male bitch shit. Either way, you suspected rapist, you need to shut what we call the fuck up and stop being a bitch. Wanda Smith, the husband with the pulling out guns and shit like that, you's a bitch and a half. Straight up, you overly emotional bitch. And I really don't care, man. Because at the end of the day, as a bait, as alpha male, you're supposed to take a step back, think before you do, right? Be like, okay, you know what? You win, all right? I apologize. Let's move on. Let's get this money together. See what I'm saying? You looking at the bigger picture, not no emotional spat, and y'all get into it. Next thing you know, it's all kinds of war going on, So now you potentially have a man that's about to go to jail, and then you got bitch ass dudes like Charlemagne I mean, I swear, man, you losing more and more and more and more cool points with men, especially black men around the way, more and more every day. You know what I mean? You suspected potential rapist bastard. The main thing you need to do is shut what we call the fuck up. You need to do more of that. Period. And you need to do more in-depth research. Any dumbass could jump online and do a little Google search for a few points. But for certain little things or whatever, you know? What I mean, you're around there getting touchy over some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he hating on Tiffany Haddish and this, that, and the third. No, to be honest with you, Tiffany Haddish, she cool and all with the movie she playing, but for a lot of the time she kind of plays the ghetto ratchet coon role, the coonette role. Period. A lot of people have said it looked like she's cooning her way up, man. She getting her money. She came from humble beginnings, and I give her props for putting in work. She could be doing something self-destructive, but she's coming up. But she's doing it in a coon ass way, and you can't deny that, man. Everybody see it. Everybody see it. There ain't no big secret. So yeah, you can sit up there and defend that, and I'm defending this and this, that, and the third, and man, shut your bitch ass up. You ain't defending shit. All you doing is sounding like a beta male bitch. You sound like a female that, I'm gonna look out for my friend, because you can't be saying that about my friend. Man, you might as well just wave your finger and roll your neck, looking like a sidewalk sissy. I swear, boy, a lot of y'all dudes out in this world, man, y'all doing too much. And y'all just end up looking like a bunch of bitches. Katt Williams, for you raising all this hell and stuff like that, I get the feeling your comedy tour is going to be lit. It's going to be on fire, because you raised enough hell. You raised enough hell to be on everybody's radar once again. You did it, my friend. You did it. It sparked up a flame. Got enough people talking. Now people are going to look into what it is you're doing. And the beautiful thing about Katt Williams, what I respect, his comedy tours, he puts up the money himself. He looks out for people. He gives people a chance to make money while they're touring or whatever, to keep their name keep their name popping out here. You know what I'm saying? He gives people opportunities. And then the comedy special he films, he executive produces everything. He writes, executive produce, and sets everything up himself. You know, he owns the rights to his material. It ain't nobody backing him or whatever. He took his money, put it into his business, and he slowly but surely started up from clubs in Ohio, made his way around Hollywood, took some of that Hollywood acting money, put it into his comedy tours, was one of the hottest people throughout the 2000s, known comedians, what have you. And now he's just doing this thing, touring independently, selling out shows, doing 115 show tours, getting his money, and he still owns his rights. He ain't got to sell his soul for nothing. He can open up and tell his truth. Period. As profanity laced as his material is, he owns it. And can't nobody take that from him. Period. You know, he ain't got to beg for nothing. He ain't got to sit up there and be like, oh, how come Netflix ain't paying me this? No, he could just do a show, get paid buku money for it, film it once he feel that his material is perfected, film that, so give it to Netflix. Here's everything set up for you. You ain't got to do much of anything. People will jump on it. You see my numbers. Okay, thank you. Give me my 2 to 5 million. All right, boom. Everything's in the can. It's already set up. They ain't got to do nothing except debut it onto their platform. That's it. Maybe add a little Netflix polish to it. But other than that, everything's already set. And guess what? He ain't got to sell out. He ain't got to break bread with nobody except his employees. So yeah, that's some alpha male shit. Charlemagne, how he made his way up, right? He made his way up as a shock jock. I remember one old interview I heard when he was like 25 years old. It was with this old. This was before the whole Instagram model thing was popping. This went back when, like, the last real era where video vixens could get paid. This one chick named Buffy the Body. She was on like Double XL magazine as Eye Candy, and she was in like King magazine and those sort of publications back in the day. And he had her on the show, and this dude berated this woman. Oh, you used to script and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, whoa, hold up, bruh. I mean, yeah, she might have did what she did, might have stripped, who knows, right? But to just pounce on her like that, man, the dude sounded like a bitch, man. And that's the only way he knew how to come up, is berate people, try to piss people off to get people talking, right? But in the end, what is he? A beta male trying to do some alpha male shit, but end up looking like a bitch in the long run. You're a whole hole and a half out here, bruh. And don't nobody respect you. Straight up. See, alpha males, you get up, you handle your business. You take no shit from nobody, and you're willing to listen when it's constructive criticism that can help you out. Now, once you set up what you need to do as an alpha male, you work on yourself. Once you assert yourself, understand yourself, you learn yourself, you're comfortable in your own skin, you handle your business. Once you get to a certain point, you turn around and you help other people come up. But you only help those who can help themselves, though. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't giving out no handouts. You're giving people opportunities. You're giving them lanes to come up, right? And granted, Charlemagne is giving a few people lanes to come up with his little podcast and stuff, And brothers who kind of got a name who probably wouldn't be on any other known platform, like Dr. Umar Johnson, guys like that, Tariq Nasheed, guys like that. I even saw him do an interview with Brother Polite, even though I think they had to slide him in with Better World Peace, a.k.a. Ron Artest. But still, he's giving people chances who probably wouldn't be heard, but still, in the long run, right? When you peel back all the layers and you see his antics and stuff like that, you're a beta male trying to do alpha male shit. It's either you doing beta male antics in order to catch attention, to keep people talking, in order to get paid, or you're a beta male trying to be on some alpha male shit, but your beta shows way more than your alpha. That's the best way I can put it. You're a beta male trying to do alpha male shit, but your beta side shines a little harder than when you're trying to be an alpha. That's it. So yeah, beta males being overly emotional, doing shit like, trying to protect the honor of a woman who probably should just shut the fuck up and just know her role and just step to the side. Know when to stay quiet. Know when to use your femininity as power, as opposed to being loud and abrasive and going back and forth with somebody. Trying to be the bully in a way. But that ain't a woman's place to do that. Straight up, you need to just learn when to shut your ass up and step to the side. And her being a professional comedian, Wanda Smith, she should have known better. But hey, that's just me, man. Husband sitting up there getting all riled up, acting all beta. You see, the things what beta males do, right? They do things like trying to wife females who have been around the block, 3-4 kids from different baby daddies or whatever. That's something that a beta male does, Beta males, they try their best to please everybody, you know? They try their best to put up fronts like they're in control, but they really just a bunch of trick-ass dudes. You see what I'm saying? Like, you riding around, yeah, you probably got a good job as an accountant, as a banker or whatever, considering yourself a good man, and all right, that's cool. That's good. But you out here tricking your money out on females. You know what I mean? Like, you blowing your money out on females, and you trying to wife up the wrong type of women. You know, you trying to cap and save some of these broads that don't need to be saved. But you think you the man because she fine as hell. Hey, ain't nobody jealous of you. They just laughing because, well, you scooped up the wrong broad. You out here trying to save her with your dumb ass. But you think you got a winner. That's another example of a beta male. See what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Katt Williams, he's been attacked by a bunch of betas. Man. Straight up. And I'm hoping that all this attention that he's receiving, he flips it and gets all that love shown to him when he does his tour. Alright? So shout out to Katt Williams. Keep doing your thing. Keep dropping that truth, man. So beta males, roll over, suck a dick, and die. You should have been swallowed when you shot out your daddy's nutsack with your punk ass. Y'all check out my past works. If you have any questions, just email me, alright? DKE305@gmail.com. That's D as in dog, K as in kitchen, E as in electric. Send me whatever questions, any topics, just holler at me. I got you, baby. I got you. You can also catch up with me at Damn Your Logic on Instagram. At Damn Your Logic on Instagram. My other Instagram is at DWP, D as in dog, W as in writing, P as in publishing, _CEO at gmail.com. DWP _CEO on Instagram. I'm talking about Gmail. On Instagram, excuse me. Twitter is King Nick Anthony, at King Nick Anthony. Ain't hard to find. And if you want to see my other works, books that I got going, I can't wait to start promoting those pretty soon at www.thehoodiewritingandpublishing.com. Okay? Everything should be in the descriptions of this podcast. Once again, check out what I've done so far, and if you have any responses to this, please let me know. All right? I'll be glad to respond. And let me know what's your definition of a beta male. Because my definition is just somebody that's bitch made. Straight up. Somebody that wants to be a man, but he's going about it all the wrong ways. Alright? I'll holler at y'all. Peace.
The podcast you just heard was published with Anchor. Got something you want to say to the creator of this show? Send them a voice message using the Anchor app, free for iOS and Android.